So Wolverine is locked in for a PlayStation 5, Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet surprise update, and a new PlayStation 5 update is now live. Those are the stories we're going to cover today, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. First, yes or no, are you still hyped for Wolverine or not? We've been waiting for the game's launch for some time now, and it's still wild to me that it was announced nearly 4 years ago, but I'm still hyped for it. That's just me though. What about you? So comment below yes or no if you're still hyped for Wolverine or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, new PS5 update now live. Reading from GameSpot, Sony has announced that it is pushing out the PS5's latest system software update 11.0 in a phased release starting today. As part of this update, players will have their activity details fully displayed now, but potential spoilers will still be hidden. Additionally, Unicode 16 emojis are now supported, and players can use them in their messages. The update brings new changes to the PS5's parental restriction settings as well. When they are set to late teens or older, the communication and user-generated content function will now default to restrict. Those who already have their levels set to late teens or older will not have their previous settings affected, and it will show still customize rather than restrict. Finally, there are some unspecified system software performance and stability improvements as well as message usability on some screens. So the thing that's crazy to me is that I didn't realize right away that this was the public launch for the early 2025 supposed major PlayStation 5 update. I assumed it was another small update considering I forgot how little we got in this beta. Here it is though. People didn't find anything extra in the beta period, I don't believe, otherwise we would have heard about it and obviously would have covered it here on the channel. I really hope with this new beta program that Sony recently announced, they're actually going to have more frequent updates for the PlayStation 5, bringing more and more features that people want, like folders on the home screen, which is what I want, Dolby Vision, which I've seen people mention, fix and bring back the activity cards. I personally like jumping directly into matches using it when it works, obviously. That's why they need to fix that. Let's see how the year progresses, and you already know I'll be covering that here as usual. And if you're enjoying the video so far, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community on our way to 150,000 subscribers. Now, diving into the second story of the video, Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet surprise update. So Intergalactic was revealed at the Game Awards last year, and I was interested from what I saw. 80s vibe, sci-fi, melee-focused combat, etc. We heard that the game has been in development with a team of over 250 people since 2020, so by that time it's been in development for over 4 years, and I assume at this point it's probably past the 5-year mark, considering Naughty Dog likes to start working early on their project, their new project, before they release their current project, which at that time was The Last of Us Part 2. Based on this, I thought 6 years of development time would be good, and also we've come to understand that Sony has this new approach of only showing games off when they're not far off from release, like they did with Astrobot last year, for example. Ghost of Yotei was revealed late last year and is releasing this year. Sorrows was revealed this year and is releasing next year, so I expected Intergalactic to drop in 2026. Apparently, that might not be the case. Reading from Push Square, those hoping Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet could come out as early as 2026 are going to be disappointed. Bloomberg journalist Jason Schreier, writing on the Reset Era forum, has hinted that the game won't be ready next year, meaning we're looking at a 2027 launch date at the earliest. That means it'll be at least 7 years between Naughty Dog games, a far cry from the PS3 era when the Uncharted trilogy and The Last of Us all launched within the single generation. Of course, the complexity of games has increased since then, and the pandemic also disrupted the early part of this generation. The Californian developer also lost a lot of time working on a multiplayer version of The Last of Us, which sounded wildly ambitious. So, I'm hoping Jason maybe is off with Intergalactic. He said that both Intergalactic and The Witcher 4 won't drop in 2026, but clearly The Witcher 4 is further. It's going to be further, not 2027. They just released a full CGI trailer, while Intergalactic was in-engine and also had a small gameplay snippet at the end. I understand development takes time and obviously take all the time that you need, but it's just hard to swallow a 7-year development cycle between games. This tells me that something like The Last of Us Part 3, for example, might not even launch until 2030 if it follows the same timeline and actually happens, of course, unless, like we've talked about before, they're going to use the assets from The Last of Us Online, which they've been working on that since 2019, and they could use that for the next game to speed up development. Of course, we'll have to see on that, but you guys let me know if you're surprised it's a 2027 game or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And now diving into the final story of the video, Wolverine is still locked in. So this is a short story here since we've gotten nothing on Wolverine in nearly 4 years since the game was announced back in late 2021. Still crazy to me how long it's been. Last year, Brian Horton left the project and new leads took over, which had people worried. My thoughts back then was that Brian's work is done, probably, and these new leads are just finishing out the project, and I still believe that to be the case. So just a nice reminder that this game is still locked in, because I've seen comments of people treating Wolverine like it's a lost cause, like this game was announced and it's never gonna release. But this is Insomniac. We're not talking about some random indie developer making a very ambitious game. This is Insomniac, one of the best developers in the industry. Insomniac recently posted about their awards for Spider-Man 2, and someone asked them if Wolverine is cancelled, which is that's where the comments have gotten to. This is my point. And their response to that was no. Others also asked about Wolverine, any updates or when it's coming, and their responses were pretty much when it's ready. When it's ready, they'll have more information to share. When it's ready, it'll be ready to release. So they're pretty much still locked in, working on Wolverine if anybody had any worries. Wolverine, according to the leaks, is a 2026 title. If that is still the case, then we should be getting something for the game sometime this summer. You know, I'm assuming it's going to happen at the rumored PlayStation Showcase this summer. If we don't get something this summer, I'd be surprised. Unless this is a late 2026 title, let's see what happens. The PlayStation Showcase is probably a couple of months away, but you guys let me know if you think Wolverine will be at the PlayStation Showcase this summer or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "show us the claws." Obviously, this is in reference to Wolverine, which I really hope we get gameplay for sometime this summer and a release date of early 2026. I'm really hoping that's the case for Wolverine. It's been a while since we've heard about this game, and I hope we get updates on other games. We know we're going to get an update on Sorrows, and hopefully finally get a release date for Ghost of Yotei. Maybe even get a mention of Intergalactic, like, hey, this game is not releasing in 2026. Just lay the foundation there and have everybody just finally accept that this is a game coming out in 2027. It's further out. But regardless, I want Sony to bring that hype back in. Please, you guys have first-party studios. Let's start pushing that out there. So hopefully it's a big PlayStation Showcase this summer. If you're excited to see more from Sony, destroy the comment section with "show us the claws," and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.